Good evening, colleagues. My name is Archbishop Thabo from the Anglican Church of Southern Africa. It is indeed a privilege for me to be able to speak to you, especially as people who have been doing such sterling work to enable the most vulnerable in society, including the poorest of the poor, to take control and empower themselves to take action to improve their lives. Thank you to the SPI and to Action Southern Africa for the invitation. I'm only sorry that I have prior commitments in Lesotho this week. Some years ago, I attended the Ecumenical School on Governance, Economics, and Management in Hong Kong, where an international group of economists, theologians, and senior church officials gathered to discuss the completely skewed global economy. We identified the market economy, which dominates so much of the world, as a self-serving mechanism for elites, which is not providing for the needs of the poor, or most of the poor of the world's people, nor for the environment which sustains life on earth. More recently, one of my colleagues attended a similar follow-up meeting in Nairobi. The question these meetings faced was, instead of just criticizing the current system, how can we use the theoretical tools available to us to explore an alternative financial model that is less exploitative, that is redistributive, that can ensure that we share in the dividends of what God has given us? At the heart of what we said was that we need to look at the Bretton Woods institutions, such as the World Bank and the IMF, with the aim of replacing the way in which the world manages its finances and allocates investments with a less exploitative system that distributes resources and income equitably. The work which you have been engaged with in South Africa and which needs to continue, albeit under other auspices, reflects the same crisis of allocation of resources within our country. The reality is that we now have a system in which there is a transfer of intergenerational wealth, ensuring that the children of those who already have wealth get more, while the children of those who are poor and often condemned to lives of debilitating poverty. The rich benefit from intergenerational wealth, while the poor suffer intergenerational poverty. To break this cycle, we need bold, transformative leadership that puts God's children at the heart of the economy. It will be immoral for us to stand by and allow the evil of economic apartheid to continue to dehumanize God's creation through greed and exploitation. The strategic pillars of the South African social protection provide a starting point for change. Social insurance through the various grants, as well as educational and voluntary schemes. We need now to highlight the need to encourage agency by all people and to fight our next liberation, which is economic liberation. I was moved some years ago when, in partnership with Bishop Yvette Moses, the Anglican and Methodist churches raised a multi-story banner in the center of Cape Town which called for basic income grant. And I'm very encouraged by your research showing that a decent universal basic income payment of $1,634 a month could be 96% self-financing within 3 years. For me, it is theologically important to be supporting such demands. We are not asking for charity. We are asking for people's rights under the Constitution to be respected and enforced. When we share with the poor, even with such modest amounts, which I actually call little crumbs, we are only meeting our constitutional obligations, but in such a way that local economic development is stimulated. Through such steps, perhaps we can even unearth an economic model that includes those that are excluded by capitalists. I thank you and God bless you.